Hey beauties, it's Nikea here with another Mom Life vlog. Like it's a mom vlog for you, hey, hey. It's a mom vlog for your life, hey, hey. It's a mom vlog for you, hey, hey. It's a mom vlog for your life, hashtag mom life. Copyright Nikea, JaLynn 2018. Yes, that's my theme song. So I promised you all that I would come back and talk about the final phase of breastfeeding, weaning from breastfeeding. So I do have a previous Mom Life vlog where I talked about the weaning process for Harper and like my reasons why I wanted to start weaning Harper by the time she was 2. Excuse me, y'all. It's one of those days where I just want to sip on some wine. Harper's taking a nap. I'm able to record this video. So, well, anywho, just to give you a brief recap on my weaning process. So this started actually at the beginning of the year. No, it was probably spring, summertime when I started pulling back on the amount of times I would nurse Harper and the amount of times that I would actually feed her. And then I started like having a hard set schedule. Okay, I'm only gonna nurse her 3 times a day. Once when she woke up, once in the afternoon, and afternoon time would either be before or after nap time, and then evening before she would go to bed, and that was it. So like no more nighttime feedings, no feeding on demand, no just popping her up there so she would stop crying. Like just really getting her down to 3 hard sessions. And then we went cold turkey. So as you all know, since you've been watching the videos on my channel, I went to Mexico on a vacation for 6 days. And Harper actually left the Thursday before our flight left. Our flight left on a Saturday. She went to Virginia with my brother on Thursday, October 4th. And that was the last time that I nursed Harper. Did I know it was gonna be the last time? Not for sure. Like I knew I wouldn't nurse her all week and she wouldn't have milk, but I still felt like, oh, I'm gonna come back and Harper's gonna be like milk, 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 and she's gonna have a fit. So Harper basically went cold turkey without really even knowing it from breast milk. But my brother and my sister-in-law, they didn't mention anything about her crying or complaining for like breast milk or saying that she wanted breast milk. I sent almond milk with them and that's what she drank, or juice or water for those. I think she was there for 8 days from Thursday to Friday. But that was the last time I nursed her, and I didn't do anything like special to my breast. When we got to Mexico on that Saturday night, that's when I first started experiencing pain in my breast. Like they felt full on the like that Thursday night and then Friday throughout the day, but then that Saturday they started to hurt. But you know, they were full, you know, looking all nice and voluptuous. You know how milk fills you right on up. So that's how they looked for the first day and a half, and then they started hurting. And while I was in Mexico, the way I would alleviate the pain is I did hand express just a little bit, and I did massage my breast just to alleviate the pain, and I took a hot bath and I would use hot water to soothe that pain. And I think I took pain medicine like one day, but there was just one night where my breasts were like really hurting, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go lay down. And I probably didn't feel too much pain because we stayed at an all-adult resort and it was like all-inclusive, so there was always a bar there. So maybe the alcohol helped with not thinking about the pain, but it wasn't constant. It was more so like if I would touch them or put a lot of pressure on them or like move too fast or like jump up and down and stuff, that would be the only issue. But one thing I did make sure of was I made sure that I checked my breast every day just to make sure that there weren't any lumps, because I didn't want to get sick or develop mastitis. I made sure I checked every day, and I made sure that my ducts weren't clogged. Now I did feel like lumps in my breast, but I feel like that was just the ducts getting full. It didn't feel like a clogged duct because I've had 2 or 3 clogged ducts before in this breastfeeding process, but it did not feel like a clogged duct. It just felt full. So I just kept an eye on it, and I would, you know, massage it, and like I said, use the hot water while in Mexico. So the weaning process was probably more painful for me than it was for Harper. Now when we went and picked up Harper on Friday from my brother, before I even got out of the car, I have band-aids in my car in that middle console section. I don't know if y'all can see my hand, but I'm doing this. In that middle section between the driver and the passenger seat. So what I did was I took the band-aids and put them over my nipples because I was like, I know Harper is gonna ask, and I saw this on somebody else's post on Facebook. They left a tip of putting the band-aids over the nipples to kind of just have your child be like, oh, your nipples are gone, I can't drink from here anymore. So I did that. Oh, and another thing, I only wore sports bras and like really soft bras, no underwire, just all cloth when I was going through that weaning process and when my boobs were sore. I just felt like the sports bras held me better, and it was just nice and tight, that nice compression. It's like when your milk first comes in, you need a sports bra. Like, it gives you that compression, but it's not uncomfortable. And I also had I brought another nursing bra with me that didn't have underwire, and I made sure I tightened it up and just wore it as tight as possible, and that worked wonders as well. But, you know, back to picking up Harper. So we picked her up that Friday. I put the band-aids on my nipples, and when she first saw me, I don't think she asked for milk, but there was one point where she was like, milk, 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 and you know, this is a sign for milk. And I said, Harper, it's all gone. And I pulled down my shirt and let her see, and she was like touching it and pulling at it and was like, huh? Like, okay. And then I felt like she maybe whined, but then she was over it. When we actually got back home from picking her up, she was still asking for it, and every time I would say, you know, it's gone, Harper, all gone, all done. So this is a sign for all done. So I just tell her it's all gone. And then when she would ask for it, and I would just show her and be like, it's all gone, Harper, and she'd be like, all gone, all gone. And she seems to realize it. Today is October 22nd, so we're like 2 weeks that she hasn't, almost 3 weeks that she hasn't had breast milk. So I feel like she's starting to understand. She still asks for it and kind of whines for it, and I'm like, Harper, it's all gone, you know, there's nothing there. So I feel like she's starting to realize it. Like, she'll ask for it, and then I'll be like, it's all gone, and she'll say, oh, and then she'll just move on. You know, in lieu of that, I'll try to offer her like a snack, or offer her water or juice or almond milk to replace it. I do have 1 pouch of breast milk left in the freezer. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because I don't want to give it to her and then she'd be like, oh, mommy's milk. Maybe I'll just mix it with some milk as not to waste it. So I kept the band-aids on my nipples for like a week, and then I just like finally took them off, and now I just don't allow Harper to see my breast because I don't want her to be like, ooh, I can get some milk. So, you know, usually I just get dressed in front of her freely or whatever, but now I'm just more mindful about making sure she doesn't see them, to really make sure she's off the juice. Like, I feel like she's like officially weaned, but I don't want her to like revert back because I'm just done. The reason why I stopped is because I was developing some aversions to breastfeeding. Like, the act of her just nursing on my nipples, it just felt like weird and gross to me. I don't know why. Ugh. And I was just ready to have my body back, like let it be mine, not worrying about what I'm wearing. Can I easily access my boobs this way? I was over that. You know, I felt like I'd done my bid, had done my time. So Harper nursed for 2 years, maybe not quite, but we're just gonna say Harper nursed for 2 years. I breastfed her for 2 years, and I'm super, super proud of that. I did not think that I would get to that goal. I thought 6 months, a year maybe, but I'm really proud of myself for being able to do that. I'm really proud of Harper for reaching that goal, and proud of her for being able to go through this weaning process. It's been interesting. So now I'm excited that I can go shopping for regular bras. Yay! So when I do go buy some regular bras, I'm gonna take y'all with me. But I'm so excited. Like, I thought my boobs were gonna be like super saggy and droopy and weird after nursing for such a long time, but they're pretty good. I'm not mad at them. So they have a little bit of sag to them, but they feel like my regular boobs. They look like they did before. I'm probably like a C/D cup, but I'll have to find out once I get measured. Now, if I feel like down the road they get more saggy and I just don't like them, I'm totally gonna get a breast lift. Like, I don't want saggy boobs. Like, I like the size of my boobs. I just don't want them to be saggy if that ever happens. So if they ever get too saggy or I don't like the way they look, I'm definitely down to get a breast lift. That is not an issue for me. Don't want them to be any bigger. Just want them to sit where they need to sit. Okay. Okay. But yes, that is it, you all. That is the last phase that I went through for weaning from breastfeeding. So if you breastfed and you want to share your weaning story, go ahead and comment in the box down below in the comment section. Let me know how your weaning process went for you. Like, I feel like I could still produce milk. Like, if I squeeze my breast, there's still some milk in there. I don't feel like it's all dried up, but my body has stopped producing as much milk as it used to. And I was gonna do cabbage leaves, but my boobs stopped hurting like after a week or so I didn't feel the need to do that. Yeah, so comment your weaning story down below. Let me know what tips and tricks you used, and maybe I helped you out. So maybe you need to just take a long vacation from your child and that'll help you with weaning. I don't know, but this is my process and this is what worked for Harper and I, and it's sticking, and I'm happy to have nursed her, and I'm happy to be done as well and ready to move on to some new phases and adventures in Harper mommy life. Thank you so much for watching, beauties. But before you go, I want you to go down below and click that subscribe button, and right next to that, click that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post. Like I always say, it's free, it's easy, and it's fun. All right, beauties, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next one. Bye.